BlackBerry is making its latest attempt to claw back a once strong position in the smartphone market in the face of competition from Apple and the Android-based tech giants such as Huawei and Samsung. Analysts say that BlackBerry now accounts for less than 1% of global smartphone sales, so the Canadian company really needs to win over a public that has now mostly moved on. Their response has been, if you can't beat them, join them, with the first attempt at producing a phone that runs Android's own software rather than its homegrown version. This is it. It's called the BlackBerry Priv. It's a terrible name, but one that at least comes with a reason, given some features around protecting users' data. BlackBerry has brought back the physical keyboard, for which it is best known, in the same case as a pretty standard top-end smartphone. Its adoption of the Android software means that it can fight for a much bigger pool of customers. The case itself is relatively neat. It looks attractive. It's quite rugged. It's relatively rubberized at the back, which makes it easier to hold. At the same time, it's relatively weighty. In fact, it looks a little bit like a slightly bigger version of the recent Samsung Edge. As you can see at the back here, it's got the 18 megapixel camera, which makes it not the most lightest or most attractive handset on the market, but it certainly doesn't stand out as particularly ugly. But then, this is very much a workhorse machine, as a BlackBerry is really meant to be. It has a good camera, it's tough to break, and a very long battery life, which is really crucial for the business user who might be going on that long journey. And it has a really rather good display for watching videos. In short, it's as good as most high-end devices in the Android universe are today. But where it will win over customers will be in what it brings new. It can do some clever stuff around scrolling and the shortcuts using the keyboard. It has a nice BlackBerry hub, which gives you a good sort of productivity edge. But the biggest draw is around privacy. And this is where the name Priv comes in. BlackBerry has added software called Detect that allows you to monitor exactly what apps are doing to your phone. It is easy, for example, to see which location bits of software different apps are using, and things like microphones, which you just don't know apps are perhaps getting their hands on. The phone stands up, in my view, against rival high-end devices in the sector, although I still find the Samsung devices slightly easier to use and handle. In all, it's a great Android phone, and probably what BlackBerry should have made 2 years ago. But at least it now has a horse in the race again when it comes to that next cycle of smartphone upgrades.